Okay, let's play around with the audio here. That seems to be a good setting. Is my voice coming through? Wait, is there audio in the stream? There should be audio. Wait, is there audio in the stream? There should be audio. Because the game audio is loud for me. Because the game audio is loud for me. Is the game audio coming through the stream? Anyone who's watching this, give me a sign. Game audio coming through the stream. Anyone who's watching this, give me a sign. Is it quiet? Alright, let's try something. Alright, let's try. Okay, yeah, so it's coming through. Good. Okay, yeah, so it's coming through. Good. So am I coming through? I think I'm coming through. So am I coming through? I think I'm coming through. Okay, let's go with these settings for the moment, for the time being, and then okay, let's go with these. See what happens. For the moment, for the time being, and then see what happens. Anywho, we're back on our nonsense with the Atari Jaguar. The only Jaguar that I will acknowledge. I don't drive those cars, they're too fancy for me. But I do drive these cars in Checkered Flag, developed by everyone's good friends at Rebellion. Rebellion were early supporters of the Jaguar, having developed AVP and released it the same year, in 1994, as this game. Whereas any notable games on the Atari Jaguar system. So, what do we have here? We have options. We have a few colors here. Let's see here. Do we want to do the Ferrari color? Or no, this is the McLaren color. Yeah, this is the old Marlboro McLaren color scheme. Let's do that. We can set the weather. We can do stuff with our airfoil. So there's physics, I guess. Dry, wet tires, gearing, auto, manual. I guess the drones are CPU opponents. Single race, free practice, tournament. The single race for now. Laps. That's a lot of laps. Let's just practice a little bit. Green Valley, River Mouth, Desert Pass, Deep Wood, the Hole, Island Hop, the Gorge. Okay, there's a decent number of tracks here. I could work with this.
Hi.
Hi. How do you feel about old crusty racing games? with the racy race.
I like a few of them. I like Hot Wheels Turbo Racing.
Don't we all? Did the game crash?
I don't know. It might be loading.
No, it should load pretty quickly. This was a cartridge-based system, and it's emulation. It's good emulation. So, huh. All right, let's try this again. Once more with feeling. We have our color set. We have single race, Green Valley. Configuration, so accelerate is A, brake is B, cruise is C. Cruise control, really? Okay, so let's try this again. Oh, how's my audio coming through on Discord?
On Discord?
Yeah, how do I sound?
Say something again.
Something again.
A little bit quieter.
A little bit quieter. How about this?
I did turn you up when you came
Oh,
in.
how about this?
Like, I can clearly hear you, but you don't sound as loud as you were.
Huh.
Like a couple nights ago. Did you get a new mic or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the settings for it.
It sounds good as is. It just
That's nice. All right,
on the stream, you sound fine.
Oh, okay, that's good. All right, let's try the hole. Can we race the hole? We can race the hole. Let's race the hole.
You see, I bought a Blue Yeti mic, and it doesn't sound great until I hold it right up to my mouth.
Oh, like a snowball? Or a fancier version of
Yeah.
that? Yeah. Same here.
Usually I leave it sitting on my desk, which is why I usually sound blown out and stuff.
Yeah, you see, so I bought a snowball because I wanted to actually do audio, to have audio for stuff.
Yeah.
But it turns out you have to like make out with the microphone for it to not sound.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm holding it nice and intimately close.
You're just French kissing the microphone. As you should.
If I bought like a boom and got a pop filter for it, it probably would actually sound great most of the time.
Yeah, that's a lot of equipment though. That's a lot of overhead.
Yeah, that's a lot for a guy who just bullshits on Discord occasionally.
Yeah. Okay, so why is everyone going so much faster than me?
Are you holding the button down?
I am. Is this manual gear shift? Like, what's going on? I have no idea what's going on.
You did an awesome flip just now. Anyway, I put the mic back down on my desk. That's when I sound bad again.
Oh, okay. So this game's weird. What is anything in this game? This acceleration is bizarre. Oh wait.
It looks like it performs way better than I'd expect of the era.
Yeah, for like a cartridge system in 1994. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously a knockoff of Virtua Racing, which came out for arcades in 1992. And on the in a very bad Sega CD version, I think 93 or 94 as well. So this is on par with that bad Sega CD version of Virtua Racing. I probably should figure out what I set my controls to for the Jaguar emulation. That might help.
It says gear. Okay, it's automatically switching.
Yeah,
gear,
yeah. I've automatic transmission, but I forget which buttons I set to what on my controller because I do not have a genuine Jaguar controller. If you couldn't tell.
It might also just be a game that controls like shit.
I mean, the turning feels normal for a D-pad game, but the acceleration curve is completely and totally bonkers. Oh, someone else won the race. There's no audio for this. Uh-huh. Actually, what? Okay, so accelerates A, brake is B, cruise control is C. How did I map that on my system? Eh.
You usually use an Xbox controller for all this, or?
Yes, for Jaguar games. And 3DO games, and Saturn games. Anything but the PlayStation, I use a Xbox controller, because it's easy. Like me.
I assume you use a PlayStation controller for PlayStation emulation.
Of course, yes. Wait, so where the hell do I set the bindings? I've forgotten everything.
Is this
input.
RetroArch or what?
No. This is the big PMU. This is the one to use.
What's it called again?
Big capital P, capital E, lowercase m, lowercase u, made by Rich Whitehead, that guy. Who is okay? So CBA, because the Jaguar was bizarre. Okay. Okay, I get it now. Oh, the audio cut out. That's probably not good. I don't
still hear me?
Yeah. Here we go. Okay, alright. So this is the accelerate button. It's just a bizarre acceleration curve. Like, this makes, what was that Peter Molyneux racing game? I forget the name of it. I played it twice, but I forgot the name. This makes that seem normal. Like, this feels uncontrollable almost.
It looks uncontrollable. How much of that do you think is emulation quirk, and how much of that do you think is?
I have 120% faith in this emulator. This is probably the best emulator, just in general, currently. This is the emulator that was created specifically for the Atari 50 collection. And then the guy just went and finished it and made it work for every single Jaguar game. The guy who made it was one of the engineers on the Jaguar back in the day. Of much respect to this emulator, which is why I use it instead of RetroArch.
Now, if only one of the engineers of the good consoles could make an emulator.
I mean, they'll get sued into the ground because the good consoles were made by companies that still exist. Yes, there is an Atari, but it's not, the same Atari,
Yeah, it's sort of a shell of a company at this point.
Yeah. And this was originally created for use in an official Atari product, which is the Atari 50 collection.
So Analog is making progress with their FPGA stuff, so maybe they'll eventually get to PS2 and GameCube.
That'd be nice, because PCSX2 is kind of something. It's something. I mean, it plays a lot of games, but I tried to play Unlimited Saga on it, and it doesn't work. So.
Yeah, I mean, my understanding is just the PS2 is weird and hard to emulate in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, the GameCube emulation's been down for a decade now, right?
Dolphin has been pretty good for a long time.
Yeah. Xbox emulation is weird.
The GameCube used like a PowerPC processor and like an ATI chip. So like they were using
like normal
well-documented
components, not the Emotion Engine or whatever the hell.
Yeah. And then the Xbox is just a PC. It's just, if I'm not mistaken, it's an x86 PC.
Then how come original Xbox emulation isn't really all the way there?
My theory on that is because most of the games that you would want to play on an original Xbox have a PC version.
Oh, fair. But not Metal Wolf Chaos.
Yes, it does. Medal of Chaos is on PC.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, you can go to Steam and get a copy of Medal of Chaos right now.
You know what? I might just do that. Have you tried working PR for FromSoft?
So FromSoft didn't do that port.
Of course not.
Devolver Digital did that port.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I can see it. That has some real Devolver vibes, that game. So I'm doing somewhat better this race. It's still uncontrollable. Like my gold standard for racing games in the early '90s is the original Mario Kart,
Mm.
and Mario Kart handles way better than this.
I don't think you can get Jet Set Radio Future on uh, PC, but I think most people would just want to play original Jet Set Radio.
I mean, Dreamcast emulation is there, right? Mostly there.
I thought Future was
Oh, it's Xbox, right? It's a
Xbox only.
Xbox game. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But only I don't. Most people don't seem interested in Future.
Huh. Yeah. Figure that out. All right, let's try
Otherwise,
wet weather light
I
race.
don't know. You can't get you can't get Project Gotham Racing on PC, but
I mean, I own that game, so
there are better versions of that game on 360, which are backwards compatible, if I'm not mistaken.
yes, and also I own that game, so I don't really care about emulating it. But Midtown Madness 3, I do care about emulating that. And that does emulate well, thankfully.
I want to double check the Xbox's specs.
Man, look at this rain effect. It's literally like they're sprites. It's a sprite overlay. I love it.
Fine.
I love it. It's a sprite overlay on this janky ass polygonal game. The car handles better for some reason. Oh, well, I said that too soon.
Okay, yes, the Xbox's processor is a Pentium 3, and it has an NVIDIA GPU in it.
Okay. Yeah, this feels weird. Like the frame rate is low, but it's consistently low. It's running consistently.
Is it the good frame pacing that Digital Foundry is always talking about?
It might be. You know, it's not like you know, like a early PS1 game where the frame rate is low and all over the place. This is low, but it's like a solid 15, you know?
Yeah. So if your frames are paced evenly throughout your seconds, it seems like you can actually get away with a much lower frame rate. This seems to be why Tears of the Kingdom was a functional video game. Because that game doesn't actually perform well, but it seems to have its frame pacing, you know, done well.
Okay. Alright, so turns out, as long as you don't hit anything, you can win pretty easily.
Oh, that's the trick.
Yeah. Yeah, so just like with Dark Souls, the key is to not get hit.
Isn't that the key in every action game?
Maybe. Also, easier said than done.
Also, every action game.
So, are racing games action games or sports games?
They're their own genre. I wouldn't.
That's the coward's answer.
Well, whatever. That's the actual answer. Is that it's the own genre. It's not. Are fighting games, sports games, or action games?
Action games.
Okay.
See, there you go. Be brave. Give the brave answers.
But isn't it a sport of some sort?
I mean, it can be. but shooters can be sports too. Strategy games can be sports if you want it hard enough.
Every video game is a sport. We're
It-
all secretly jocks inside.
Yes, exactly.
We're just fat jocks.
I mean, there are fat jocks. It just depends on what they're jocks about.
Hmm.
All right, so fog conditions. We'll try high airfoil, dry tires, tournament, free practice.
Hello, Graydon.
Oh, hi there.
I saw Jaguar and I said, Jaguar.
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 Gentlemen,
How long did you stay up playing Overblood 2?
Only for 2 hours.
Okay.
Only 2 hours. Coward shit.
Otherwise, I was going to play that entire thing.
It sounds like you're probably gonna wind up playing that entire thing.
Yes.
I find it
Apparently-
very funny that this early 3D game has fog as a weather condition.
And
I
doesn't
mean,
actually
compare this
use
to,
the fog.
I don't know. What year did this come out?
1994
Okay, so
for the Atari
mean,
Jaguar.
the same year as,
Uh-huh.
This is
Daytona.
pre-Star Fox.
yeah, Star Fox and, I guess FX Racer.
Well, I was going to say that Virtua Racing was out in arcades in 92. And I think
Yeah.
the bad Sega CD conversion was 94. So, you know, that's kind of where this is in comparison to things. But Ridge Racer came out in 93 in arcades.
I don't think this is an Atari 50.
No, of course not. Why would this be an Atari 50? That's for video games.
Cybermorph is.
Yeah, but that was a launch game, which means it's kind of special.
I played Cybermorph for 5 minutes and went,
I mean, I played it for like 30 minutes and went, "Ugh." So, yes.
The Jaguar is a fascinating pile of garbage.
It really is. Like, I think I have more affection for the Jaguar than I do for the 3DO. Or maybe even the
Because
Saturn.
the 3DO has some good games.
Does it? Does it?
Yeah.
Like
it
what?
has several decent ports.
Of what?
It has, for a while, it was the only way you could play Super Turbo at home.
That is true.
It has a pretty good port of Star Control 2.
Okay, I'm still yet to play that.
Star Control 2 is... I have thought about picking that for the podcast, because Star Control 2 is actually super cool. And then let's see what else. Yeah, like a couple random ass PC ports.
I love random ass PC ports.
Gex, you know.
Oh yes, everyone's
Everybody's
favorite.
game.
Gex
And
won.
a bunch of Japan-only porno games.
Okay, yes, that's actually the real value. Is the Japan only pornos.
It
All right,
was the
so
part
I.
where the 3DO was weirdly popular in Japan.
Oh, well, it wasn't that popular, but it was popular with
Relatively
a certain audience. With a certain audience, it was popular.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
just the jackpot for consoles in Japan, right? You get the porn audience, you're gonna sell a bunch of consoles.
Yeah.
All right, so it appears that the game went and shit itself to death. So we're moving on. We're moving on to a different racing game, actually. I know how everyone here loves racing games.
I played Atari Kart for about 10 minutes and went,
Well, how do you feel about the
So,
club drive? Driving it in a club.
I believe this...
A drive
this-
club, you could say.
This is an Atari 50.
Oh, really?
Yes. I
Club
played this for
drive.
5 minutes and went,
World
I feel like
Jerome's
is that
path.
your reaction to everything in
That's
the
my
Atari
reaction
50?
to every single Jaguar game.
Yeah.
Because the Jaguar as a console is so...
Broken, but
it like even if you discount the part where it seems like the architecture of the console was just busted.
Uh-huh. Yes.
You look at the games they were putting out.
They
in the
ran
time
so
they were
much
putting
better.
It out, and compare it to literally any other console, even the 3DO.
Especially the 3DO, because that was their main competitor.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Hey, you ever played Hover?
What the shit? No, I haven't.
Hey. You like tiny cars and big environments?
Okay, so we're doing this.
Alright. Let me tell you about Level Lord.
Uh-huh. My house not wad. Yes.
No, Level Lord.
I don't think Level Lord made that.
Oh, he didn't? Shit.
No.
Oh, I've been
Also,
exposed
Level
as a
Lord apparently
poser.
lives in Russia now, so
Yeah, he's gone, weird and crazy.
yes, he is one of those weird American expats who lives in Russia.
Oh, great. He's a Vatnik.
End of sentence.
Great.
But as the man responsible
Oh.
for popularizing the tiny man and big environment, I
Uh-huh.
think he owes a lot to Club Drive.
I mean, we all owe a lot to
how many-
Club Drive.
How much of the 3D Realms alum turned out to be okay people?
Is it a single or double-digit number?
I said no. I'm asking. Like,
I'm
I
now
can't
I'm
think
trying
of-
to think. You know, I'm gonna say
oh no. Let's see.
not Randy Pitchford,
No.
Ah.
not George Broussard. Maybe Dave. Was Dave Oshry
I don't think so.
part of that, or
No, I thought. Let's
No,
see,
that's
3D.
a-
I thought Dave Autry was too young to be part of that.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, the Slipgate Ironworks people are a different. It's very confusing.
I can imagine.
The distinguish between new 3D Realms, Slipgate Ironworks, and then some of those people went on to do New Blood, and now 3D Realms no longer exists in any form.
It's for the best,
because
really.
Embracer Group.
That's for the best. Frank Rippin. It's a real ripper.
And then you watch a replay of it. It's like Super Hot,
It is like Super Hot, yes. It is. This is exactly like Super Hot.
or beloved video game John Wick Hex.
Huh, so it's mainly a multiplayer game. That's what it looks like.
What are our thoughts about Ryan Gosling getting a Best Supporting Actor nod?
Man,
but
you see,
not Margot Robbie.
you see, I posted that and no one responded to it, because I guess I can go fuck myself.
It's because I was sad.
Why would these people? I don't know.
Justin,
these
did you see
people have to do
Barbie?
Did you see the Barbie movie?
No.
The Barbara movie?
Okay.
I was probably too busy playing a first-person shooter
Like a
Yeah.
man.
And
or
looking
listening
up
to
your-
death metal. I don't know.
Like a man.
Uh-huh.
Because you are Knuff. Knuff. You are
Yeah,
Knuff for
as-
yourself.
Listen, as an avatar of toxic masculinity, it's my
Uh-huh.
job to berate you for not watching the Barbie.
Yes.
Okay.
Fire! Oh hey, it's a secret. There's a secret in here. If you go into the fire, there's a little castle.
Like,
Ooh.
unironically, I think
I-
Barbie's a really good time.
Yeah.
I have heard good things about like the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
Hey,
The
it's not.
The
I'm
fact
sorry?
that Greta Gerwig got the money she did to make that movie is
it's
amazing.
incredible. It's hilarious.
Sure, great. I'm glad. It is very much not my thing.
I mean, you should watch it though. Find out.
I know people keep telling me I should. People keep saying I should watch it regardless, but I just.
Yeah, Justin, you should watch that and then watch Godzilla -1.
See, I'd be much more likely to watch that.
Oh, there's a rewind. There's a rewind.
Oh,
10 years before Forza. 15 years before Forza. There's a
How
rewind.
many years before Sands of Time?
Like 10.
Sands of Time was 03.
Like 9 years before Sands of Time. This is incredible. This is Game of the Year 1994.
Yeah, I can't think of any other good games in 1994.
There were no other good games in 1994.
Doom 2, what's that?
Never heard of it.
Fucking trash.
The Elder Scrolls Arena.
Oh,
Actual
absolutely.
trash.
Actual
Donkey
trash.
Country,
Very good game. Donkey
whatever
Country 2.
the fuck they were putting on the Kingsfield, you know.
Yeah, Kingsfield came out in 1994.
It sure did.
Is Club Drive better than Kingsfield?
Yes. Next question. Where am I supposed to go, even? It says do a lap, but
Do you think...
like, what checkpoints? Like, what checkpoints
Do you
are
think
there?
Nolan Bushnell,
No.
at this point, do you think he enjoys talking about Atari, or do you think he's just like, fucking pay me?
Yeah, I don't think he cares. Like, Chuck E. Cheese it was way more successful than Atari ever was.
Yes.
He's also, like, at this point, old enough
He's almost 80, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
also old. Yeah.
He doesn't care. Why would he care about anything? That dude can make his appearance occasionally and then just go back home and continue enjoying
Yeah,
you know,
because
his money.
he is not one of the main talking heads in Atari 50.
No.
Like, there is some footage of him, and there's, like, he hung out with the current new Atari CEO, who is, like, in his 30s. And there's a video of them talking about it. But yeah,
Oh,
it's
I
a
can
lot
change
more,
the view.
like Al Alcorn and what's his name? Man who programmed DT. And also David Crane is there, being like,
Is there a way to quit out?
there was no weed smoking in my office.
Is it Howard Scott Warshaw?
Yes, Howard Scott Warshaw.
So somehow
Atari 50
this
is
the camera's
legitimately,
worse.
like, a very good piece of documentary.
Yes, it is.
Unironically, I think is one of the best preservationist efforts in video games, because they got all of these people to talk on the record in front of a microphone before, you know, those people start passing away.
Uh-huh.
And they do a good job of emphasizing, like, we were the first people. We didn't know what the rules were.
Alright, there were no
mean,
rules.
The Magnavox Odyssey came out first, but
Yeah, but I
gotta
mean,
scoot that under the rug.
Listen, Ralph Baer is mentioned in a text box. It's fine.
Is that a mouse? That's a fucked up looking mouse.
It's got like 4 polygons. Don't worry about it. That was a lot for 1994.
And, yeah,
Speaking of,
now,
this frame rate also doesn't seem like that bad.
now
for the
Atari
time.
Exactly.
owns Digital Eclipse.
What does Atari do these days?
They
Owns-
bought Digital Eclipse and they
Hey.
bought Night Dive, so they're probably doing something.
They own IP. That's what they're doing these days.
Yes, like it seems like
I
the
feel like-
Speaker Hat people and the Atari Hotel people are no longer in charge of that company.
Which is for the best.
I feel
And
like
it
buying
seems
Night
like-
Dive is the best business decision they've made for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't destroy Night Dive.
Alright, I have no way to quit out of this.
No, you just hit reset on the console.
Yeah. That's what it seems like. Alright, let's try a different level and then move on with our lives.
So I'm looking at the Wikipedia page for Night Dive, and it looks like the impetus for Stephen Kick starting Night Dive was he couldn't find System Shock 2 online anywhere.
Yes.
Eventually, that remake will, or that HD update will actually come out.
Yeah. And then I will play through at least half of System Shock 2 again.
Yes, as you do.
And then potentially stream it with someone cooperatively, because I think playing System Shock 2 co-op is not the way you should play through System Shock 2.
Doesn't seem like it.
But it's funny that it's there, and a more stable version of that, I'm on board with.
I played a little bit of co-op System Shock 2 with my brother. It was fun.
You have to care a lot more about divvying up ammo, I imagine. Right. So maybe, and also I guess you can specialize a little more. You can actually put points into research.
One of you could be the mage, and one of you could be the heavy weapons guy, I guess.
Yeah.
And
one of you can actually put enough points into research to research the brain worm gun.
Oh, so the Fox News gun. It gives you brain worms.
It's a gun that shoots worms. Alright.
made of worms.
Made of
You ever-
worms.
That's great.
The
That's a
gun
great.
also shoots worms. Alright.
That is a great audio log.
More video games need
Silly
audio
audio log.
logs delivered by people who clearly were just in accounting.
Yes, 100%. See, it's more realistic that way.
It's that, or I'm playing Shadow of Mordor, and you have Laura Bailey playing no less than 2 female characters,
As she does.
and like half the orcs are voiced by Nolan North.
When they pulled what's her name, Terry Brosius for Shodan, wasn't she just like a level designer or something?
Her husband was a level designer, and they were both in a band.
Okay.
And then eventually she became a level designer for Thief 2, I'm pretty sure. I'm not quite sure what the specific lineage is for that. But she's very good.
Yes. As a voice actress, yes. In the one role she did.
Yeah.
Did she ever play? Did she ever play any other roles?
She was in the Thief games. She did some voices in the Thief games.
Okay, I'm done here with this.
So, Borgmaster, what's your thoughts on Club Drive?
It's not much. There's not a lot here. I guess
Imagine getting this for Christmas.
that would kind of be a bummer.
Imagine being the child who asks for an Atari Jaguar for Christmas.
That would kind of be a bummer.
Here's the thing. I think if your parents have enough money to get you an Atari Jaguar, they also have enough money to get you something else.
They probably already have something else, right?
Yeah, if you got a Jaguar and you played it for 10 minutes and realized it's shit, you probably also have like a Super Nintendo and a zillion games in 1993, or 4, whenever this came out.
94, really.
Yeah.
Ooh, sound test.
And 2 years later, you were probably getting a PlayStation like the year it came out.
Yeah. All right, let's see what they've done to Bruce Lee. The fighting game.
Apparently Terry Brosius played a role in Dishonored somewhere
Checks out.
and was a writer.
So was this a multi-platform game? What's this on other systems? So this
I believe Dragon the Bruce Lee story was on other platforms.
Okay.
This looks like this was on a Super Nintendo at some point in the past.
Yeah. Man, these hits don't do much damage, huh? So that's that. That's that. Huh. This seems like a low tier fighting game. Am I supposed to use the numpad for anything? Oh, I can use the numpad for the fighting game. That seems terrible. That's not ideal.
Or you're gonna do it with that monstrosity of a controller.
I mean, the numpad is on that monstrosity of a controller. Oh, haha!
Hey, Justin,
Aha!
how do we put multiple different functions on our controller?
A number pad, of
What
course.
if we put a numpad and then included an overlay you put on for each game?
You know, like the
sounds
old
like
days.
A fantastic idea.
Like the old days.
No,
It's do the math. 64 is a bigger number than 16.
yeah.
That is true.
Speaking of bad controllers, I still won't play a PS3 game with that original Boomerang controller.
Oh, it's so bad. Oh, wait, the original
someday.
Boomerang controller? Oh, you will. Okay.
Yeah, the one
Yeah,
that
I would
the
like to.
prototype.
That'd be so good.
I don't think it's gonna be. It would be good to use, but I still would like to just do it.
There's a reason why they just went with it's shaped like the last one. Without rumble, so it feels really light.
It would have been nice if at some point during the PS3's
Oh, does Jatsu have any deep lore on this? This game is ass on any platform. Okay, well, we now know. That answers all the questions.
Who would it get?
Who would have known? Who would have thunk it?
Find the weird commercialization of Bruce Lee's image after his death to be weird and gross.
Yeah, who would have thought? Yeah, in the corner. Kick him 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 in the corner. Man, if that second bar is a power meter, it fills slowly. Oh, so dizzy. So I'm doing no damage to this guy with my attacks.
You gotta learn how to do
Is
the
that
heavy
floor
attack.
3D?
Probably, yeah. I mean, this still isn't as bad as Rise of the Robots. But what is?
But it looks like that floor is a mostly flat 3D texture with all the sprites laid on top of it.
Man, hey, do you guys know what I love doing? Just kicking into a
Cheesing
corner.
the fuck out of this guy. His health isn't going. Oh, it's barely going down.
Yeah. Chip damage.
Ho 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 ho.
This is great. I love it. I love this so much. This is great. I'm just doing this. I'm just doing this. I'm just doing this. You see, this is like one of those super bosses at the end of a JRPG, where you just do chip damage for like half an hour. It's a battle. It's an endurance battle. It's a battle of wills. Like you and the game.
So while you're doing this,
Uh-huh.
talk to me about your lesbian golf anime.
Yo, so that's actually it's actually very fun. I'm not gonna say it's good, but it's fun. It is a fun lesbian golf anime.
Yeah.
The Birdie Wing.
The way Birdie Wing was pitched to me was it's secretly a Gundam anime, but
Yes.
with way more Yuri.
Yes, it has more Yuri than Witch from Mercury. I will say that. Similar plot structure though, which is weird. But I guess it's
No,
not
does
that weird.
she-
It's Sunrise.
Does she kill somebody with a golf club about halfway through?
She metaphorically kills people with her golfing. Metaphorically speaking, you see. But there's a golf mafia, and the golf mafia does assassinate a politician with a rocket launcher at one point.
Fantastic.
This
That's
is
the best way to assassinate somebody.
this is a golf show, by the way. Yeah, no, it's very Yuri. The Yuri is strong with that one. I guess Sunrise was fine doing the Yuri in the show that wasn't using their main brand. But like half the characters around the protagonist are Gundam fans, and she has no idea what a Gundam is. Which is very
Like
good.
explicitly Gundam fans, or just like
Her adoptive sister is obsessed with Gunpla. Like,
but do they explicitly use the term Gundam? This one?
yes, it is explicit.
Cool.
So that's fun. That show is extra in all the extra ways that can be extra, which is what you want. Yes, it's a Sunrise show, so they're using their own IP for that. But no, if you're gonna have a Yuri golf anime that's actually a Juliet and Juliet story about rival golf club manufacturers and their mafia war with each other, you want it to be as extra as possible. But yes, it's a Juliet and Juliet story. Which is what you want, really. And unlike Witch from Mercury, instead of being a... how would you classify those two in the Gundam Witch? You have like a... You have like a kudere.
Does Witch from Mercury shy away from how gay its protagonists are?
It doesn't commit as much as it should. It was... Yeah. It could have been gayer. Alright, so this guy's health bar is all the way down, but he's not dying.
That was one of my friend's complaints about the second Top Gun.
Yeah, oh, the second Top Gun is not gay at all. It's terrible. Like, oh, okay, no, it's a fun movie, but, like, zero homoeroticism in the second Top Gun. Like, it's surprising how off-brand it is in that regard. Oh, this guy's got cleavers. Okay, so just like, what are these levels based on? Are they based on Bruce Lee movies? Cheese time, cheesy time.
This reminds me of a fight from The Raid 2.
Yeah. See, now that's a movie.
That's a pretty good movie.
Yes, Jatsu, you did tell me. Yes. But I recommend Birdie Wing for how out there it is. It was the better Yuri show of 2023 compared to the Gundam.
I think he's wised up to your tricks.
He just left. He's like, bye. Oh, they changed venues. Look at that. First hit. Yeah, get it. Wait, so why is the second guy like easier? Oh god, there's two guys now.
That's why.
I guess so. Wait, so is this a fighting game or a beat 'em up? Does it know? Does the game know if it's a fighting game or a beat 'em up?
Have fighting games never made you fight two characters in one fight before?
They do, but the way it's handling it is like the way a beat 'em up would. Like the fact that these guys are just palette swaps, and like he jumps in mid-fight, like a mini boss in like Streets of Rage or something. Yeah, this is weird. This is a weird game. It's also bad. This is a weird bad game, which is the best kind of bad game. Oh, he's so dizzy. He's so dizzy. So I'm automatically turning to the nearest opponent, which is interesting.
That also seems mildly irritating.
That's not that. That's not the bad part. I'll just say.
Is it unresponsive?
No, it's very responsive. It's just nothing that you can do here is particularly interesting or feels effective.
Sorry, my dad called. And I had to talk to him.
Makes sense. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna turtle. There's no time limit. Turtling.
This or Shaq Fu?
I haven't played Shaq Fu, sadly.
Because the thing I'll say about Shaq Fu is that it's at least the animation quality is very good. almost as if the people working on it were more used to making games with. I'm pretty sure it's the Out of This Worlds people.
Oh god, not the French.
I believe that those are the people who made Shaq Fu, and so the reason why Shaq Fu has these very elaborate animations, and also those very elaborate animations don't at all work for a fighting game, is because it's the French.
Of course, the French.
Les Français.
Practice your moves. Is this a bonus stage? Is there a block?
Heyo.
Is there a block?
Oh.
I don't think there's a block button in this. ZP, there's not a block button in this.
What are you playing?
Dragon, the Bruce Lee story.
Oh. It's less of a fighting game and more of a
A beat 'em up, right?
visual simulator thing.
Like it's half fighting game, half beat 'em up. It's weird. A high school
I
gym
mean,
now.
the whole point is that you're supposed to be trying to reenact scenes from those movies, which they do a poor job of.
Yeah.
Oh, is that meant to be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Yes.
Jeez. So why is this game getting easier with each fight?
You as
Because
Bruce Lee are getting
technically
more
you're
powerful.
moving. No, I can actually explain this. So technically you're moving from one movie to the next, and you're re-engaging the progression of fights in that movie.
Oh, so he's getting stronger. Like his stats are going up.
Yeah.
That's why I'm taking more chunks out.
You're also going from goon, mid boss, main boss of movie, back to goon, mid boss, main enemy.
I see.
The Amiga is not a console; it's a computer.
No, the Amiga CD32 was a very failed console that only came out in Europe. I'm only counting consoles that came out in all 3 major territories. So, that's right, the Jaguar came out in Japan and Europe somehow. But the Amiga 32 didn't, like, that FM console didn't make it out of Japan. That's my qualification. I'm not going to do the dumb regional stuff because you can get very deep in the rabbit hole with that. Though you could say that the Jaguar and 3DO were dumb regional American things. But again, international releases. I would say I don't make the rules, but I do make the rules, and them's the rules.
I mean, you know, the Xbox,
Xbox.
Series consoles still come out in Japan
That is true.
legally.
For expats and guys who like
They-
shooters.
They sell about 600 copies, or 600 consoles per week,
Yeah.
whereas the Switch still somehow sells tens of thousands.
And no one buys PS5s apparently.
No.
They just
You can't fit that in your tiny apartment in Tokyo.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big one. I mean, but they fit PS3s in their tiny apartments.
Yeah, but that's because a PS3 is a PS1 and a PS2.
That depends on the model. So this game sucks. I don't like it. I don't like playing this. This isn't fun.
Oh shit, you're playing a bad game? What?
I know. It's shocking. I'm playing a game that is not enjoyable. Who would have known? Hey, but you should have been here for the 2 driving games. Those were weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is my second to last game for tonight on the Jaguar.
Jaguar?
The Jaguar. Yes. The kitty cat. The big kitty. The Atari kitty.
Pet the kitty.
Pet the kitty.
I'm not gonna say what I would like to call the word kitty, but
Oh wow, look at you showing restraint. I'm proud of you. You've grown.
apparently you all support my censorship.
Yes. Just you. Like everyone else is fine, but only you will be censored.
Hey, you're saying the quiet part out loud. At least appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Listen,
is active discrimination against you.
Yeah.
Oh, I get to now say to the one Swedish mod that welcome to NATO, bitch.
There you go. But just not the USA.
Tell Fisk Zero
Yeah. He's
about
being an anti-war Swede.
collective defense.
Being a pro-socialist, anti-war Swede.
Oh, WWK, welcome to the stream. So
These failed 90s console libraries as MK ripoffs, not very high.
yeah, not that much. I can probably name all the ones I've seen so far.
The Warrior.
Wave the Warrior. You have the Primal Rage. You have the
Primal Rage sucks, dude.
Man, I like that game. It's fun. It's fun.
It's horseshit.
Primal.
It's bad, but it's fun.
Combos are so
FGC
fucking
people-
bad. Like the problem with Primal Rage is like its combos are genuinely terrible.
Oh no,
and, like,
it's
super
an awful
complicated.
combo system. But we know what, you don't need it. Don't need it. Not using it saves weight. Makes it more streamlined. But yeah, not many. Thing is, only American studios were ripping off MK. Japanese studios were ripping off Street Fighter. So, there weren't that many MK knockoffs. I think I've seen 4 or 5 total, and I've looked at 200 something games across these systems from 93 to 96. So yeah. This doesn't feel like an MK ripoff though. I don't know what this is. Because like if it was an MK ripoff, then it would like instantly murder me in single player. Which is really good at MK4. You to play 2-player and then get instantly fatality'd in the single player. But no, I definitely appreciate that the first fight was the hardest of all of these. That's a great way to do the ladder. But no, I said it before, I've played like 2 versions of Primal Rage so far, and I like that game. It's very silly. I like the claymation. Like, someone was a big fan of Ray Harryhausen. And I can respect that. So I guess this is Bloodsport now? Because I'm not as familiar as I should be with the Bruce Lee canon. Oh, what the fuck? Yo, what the hell? This is a interesting game over. Enter the Dragon. Huh. Strange. That's a messed up looking dragon. I'm just gonna say, that's not a good looking dragon. They messed up on that one. Alright, blanks. All blanks. Virgin Interactive. Well, I guess since we're done with that, because I'm not going to play that anymore, we move on to our final game of the day. And this one is the one to play when looking at Jaguar games. And why didn't that save? Hold on. Okay, and so we will be moving on to The Doom.
Oh, The Doom?
The Doom.
Can I just say, can we just put a ground rule, no politics today?
About Doom? Oh, this is loud as fuck. Whoa. Turning that down. That's a bit better. All right, so why no politics today?
That's the New Hampshire primary.
Oh, I don't give a shit about the New Hampshire primary. See your area 1. Oh, okay. Here we go. Wait, where's the music? Okay. Oh, there's no music in this version. Huh. But no, the New Hampshire primaries don't actually matter. Especially this year.
We gotta implore. We gotta champion.
Champion what, though?
Champion.
Everyone, vote for me. If you're New Hampshire, write in. Just write, just write, my
I think
username.
polls have already closed.
Ah, shit. Never mind. I should have streamed earlier.
Also, live free or die.
Yes. What's the door opening button? Something wrong with my controls?
Also, welcome to the best console port of Doom.
Of Doom until the PS1 port.
Yeah. But this is the one that Carmack programmed himself. Are you having trouble getting through E1M1, young man?
Yeah, I can't open doors.
That door is not openable.
Ah.
That's where you spawn.
Do you not know how to play Doom?
Doom, what's that? I've never played a video game before in my life. Please tell me what Doom is.
Alright, so it goes...
It doesn't actually. There's no music.
You okay? Oh, it's adorable. Look at the little baby with the bottle. Okay, so you need to get the key cards, and sometimes the key card is color coded.
Sometimes it goes...
Is there any strafing? There's no strafing.
Spider Mastermind.
And then, you know.
Why isn't there strafing? Huh. Why is there strafing on the...
Is this one of those things where you have to, like, hold a button to act as a modifier for strafe, or is it literally there's no strafe?
Because that would be a deal breaker for the Doom experience if you ask me about that.
If you can't strafe? Yeah.
I'm gonna put that out there. I'm gonna say strafing kind of fucking important in these id first-person shooters.
Yeah.
Even the 2D ones.
So yeah, I don't know how to strafe in this.
I wonder, like, what's the first, Brayden? Maybe you've got more exposure to this. So you remember, was it like Left 4 Dead 1 that decided bumper would just automatically turn you 90 degrees on consoles?
That sounds right.
Oh, Jatsu has some good
Like, I
details
remember
here
Left
for
4
us.
Dead doing it, and it blew my goddamn brain. It's like, I wish that every first-person shooter did this. Call of Duty needs to do this.
If Call of Duty had a 180-degree turn, do you know what people would do to you in multiplayer?
What?
They'll do everything to you in multiplayer.
They would do the thing they already do, but better.
But more of them would do it.
If you can turn around on a dime in Call of Duty and just blast someone,
Wouldn't that be better?
that game becomes very different.
Anyways, I just remember, like, I seem to recall, like, Left 4 Dead on 360 was the first one that did it, that I noticed it, and thought that it was, like, ethereal.
Ethereal.
I thought it was, like, a revelatory, like, oh god, I wish everything did this, please.
There has to be some strafing function that I'm not seeing, that I'm not getting here. Because this game isn't playable if you can't strafe.
Do you want me to look it up? What version of this game are you playing?
The Jaguar. Jaguar version.
Jaguar.
Doom 1 strafing. Okay. So strafe and turn at the same time. This is actually on the Atari Age forums.
That's how I know it's
circa
real.
2002. I
Good.
played Doom on about 3 different consoles, and I've never had to do this. But how do you strafe in this game? I don't think it can be done in the Jag version.
Huh.
And then it's the first person to post after this. Strafing and turning at the same time is an integral part of modern shooters. I am sure you've heard the term circle strafing, whereby you can navigate around an enemy in a circular motion, continually shooting at them. While circle strafing requires that you can turn and strafe at the same time. Every other version of Doom I have played allows this. PlayStation, Game Boy Advance, and of course PC. So instead of answering the question, they just define circle strafing.
Love to see it.
The third comment is you must really suck at shooters if you don't know how to circle strafe.
Okay. Also
rather
very
than
helpful.
answer the question.
Yeah. No one wants to answer any questions these days.
This
Kids
person
these days.
says, I believe the term you should be referring to is circle strafing rather than regular strafing. As to whether or not it is possible on the Jag version, I have no idea, as I have never played the Jag equivalent. Like, why the fuck the
This
2002?
is the most Atari age. Like, this is what I would expect a discussion on the Atari age forums to be.
Yeah.
All right. All right, I got someone who wrote a paragraph. Let's read the entire paragraph. It seems that id forgot this bit when they were designing the JAG's control scheme. Yes, id did the JAG version themselves. I believe it was like John Carmack even, like he personally programmed this game on his own. And 2 is the only version other than the PC that they did themselves. I never really noticed not having it in Doom on the Jaguar, but that's because the first version I played was the Jaguar edition.
Oh,
The way
God.
I did this was just to intermittently turn and strafe by pushing and releasing the strafe button. He's still
Huh?
not telling there's a strafe button.
What the fuck?
Not nearly as good as true circle strafing, but more effective than not doing it at all. Even without this, and since having played plenty of first-person shooters, including Doom on other systems and PC, I still really like the Jag version and think it holds its own against the other Dooms. It was, after all, only the second version to be done after the PC. The first being the 32X version. Haha,
There we go.
that version's a piece of shit.
Oh, no, the use button is the strafe button. The button used to open doors.
Oh, that sucks. That's terrible.
Yo. Wow, okay. So...
I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah? Yeah? I will say that. But yo. Oh, Jatsu with the question. Is it better than nothing? Really? Really? But this game without any music is eerie. It's weird.
But you don't hate it.
No, because it moves really well. Like when you don't need to strafe. Like the frame rate is solid. This is Doom without
this
strafing.
is a way more functional port of Doom than, let's say, the SNES version.
Or the 3DO
Or the
version.
Saturn.
Or the Saturn version. I mean, the Doom version is good for its own reasons, because it's kind of its own thing. But, like, other than the PS1 version, which is its own thing, like, the Jaguar version is good.
I just don't understand what you get out of...
What I get out of what? Anything?
what you get out of... Like, again, like, the big thing is, this version was, like, apparently, like, John Carmack, like, I hear you guys complaining about all of this Jaguar architecture not being easy to program. Fine, I'll do it. And then basically him just saying, bet.
Yeah.
And then him admitting, yeah, I know, you guys were right. That sucked shit. I guess I'll also do 2. Weird politics and him being a piece of shit aside.
Uh-huh. Him being an asshole, essentially. Hell, might as well. Hmm? Huh. Oh, okay. Doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, like this moves like Doom. Like the walking speed, that's Doom. It's just the strafing part is the problem. Because I can't hit shit from a distance. Wait, where'd you come from? Alright. Oh, they're here now too. Wow, it's a party. Yeah, so this is definitely Doom. Is anyone else planning to stream today?
I was, yes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna.
Or
offer-
ZP can do it.
No, you're playing a game. I'll go tomorrow then. Okay.
Okay, consider this a 15-minute warning.
Okay.
I'll do. The glorious return of the quest for the worst adventure game puzzle will start tomorrow with Torrens Passage. Hey, remember when the creators of fucking Leisure Suit Larry decided to try and convince you they could do a serious story
No, I
that was
don't
still
remember.
comedic?
I don't
Was
remember
this
that.
Al Lowe?
Yeah, this is Al Lowe trying to convince Sierra and the industry that he could do a serious but still comedic story that wasn't sexy. And then he did one
Okay.
more game, and they're like, "This game tanked. Go back to doing the sex games." I was like,
Go
"Aw."
back to doing the games about the lovable sex pest who is bad at getting laid.
So yeah, the story with I think that Torrance Passage is cool. Freddy Farkas, the Frontier Pharmacist, not so much. But
Listen, the only Torrens passage I want is
Uh
how
huh.
about I tear
when
your
I'm going
passage?
to Stranglehold
Jeez.
Vale and doing a raid. Am I
Anyways,
right, my fellow Horde players?
you can tell that Al Lowe borrowed the engine for, say, a specific King's Quest game.
Okay, there, Jotsu, are you happy?
You can tell that basically Al Lowe's like, okay, I want to make something serious, but it's not going to be sexy. It's going to be comedic still,
I'm gonna make
but
something for families.
I'm going to make something for families. Could I please, for the love of God, borrow the art assets of King's Quest VII and the animation team from that game? Please, 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 please. And they were like, yes. And then, you know, it's weird to think that if Freddy Farkas and Al Lowe's Torrance Passage had done both collectively well, like he said, I would have hardcore pivoted to be more family friendly and like for the general audience. And the weird thing is like Torrance Passage, a lot of the stuff is like you automatically pick shit up by just moving in the general proximity of the item, which is, let's say, very generous for a Sierra game. Like, literally, you just need to, like, go to a place and your character automatically picks it up. The problem is that Al Lowe, I think that I've said this before, Al Lowe is not really good at puzzles, like actual puzzles, so most of them are sliding block puzzles.
Love to see it.
Oh, my favorite kind of puzzle.
The only kind of puzzle, if you ask me.
But yeah, if you like King's Quest VII, you might actually like Torrance Passage.
Is the animation still done by that Russian studio? who did the
No,
Shigei all the
but
games?
they basically just asked for the art assets and like the cells, and they're like, okay, what if we play around with this? Okay, yes, yes, okay, good, moving on. Like, people forget, but, like, as, let's say, over-the-top and not so great in-game as King's Quest VII was, but, like, just to highlight, like, how Sierra was on their fucking game, but that was the first game to use, like, SVGA or Super VGA. Like, it beat The Dig and also, like, Space Quest 6. And it was a pretty big deal that it would actually pan from one side of the screen to the other rather than going from one screen to the next.
Let's try lower difficulty here. Okay, so it saves the level I got to. Go up deathmatch. So there's some multiplayer here.
Like, King's Quest VII was actually, like, all of the backgrounds were genuinely hand-drawn and scanned. Like, apparently some of the game sprites were genuinely drawn using color pencils on paper. But no. It wouldn't be paper. They would use cells, but they couldn't afford the cells, so they used just general paper.
Alright, so I can now officially say this version is worse than the PS1 version.
Okay.
I'm glad that I can now say that with authority.
Okay. Evidence. Plane. Counterplane. What?
The strafing, really. It's the strafing that does it. Because in the PS1 version, you can strafe with L and R1. In this, you have to hold down the C button and use the D-pad to strafe. Which just, for the pacing of the game, does not work. I think the Wolfenstein 3D style of shooting works better for the Jaguar. Like, just pacing-wise.
Doom.
It's a bad game. No, it's one of the greatest games ever.
Yeah.
This version of the game, maybe not great.
Yeah. Okay, how do I
Listen,
get out?
early ports of Doom did not perform well, so this one is running at a decent frame rate.
Yes, no, like, the frame rate is good. Like, it's actually shocking how well this runs. And if I could strafe, this would be the definitive early version of Doom. Like, outside the PC.
Are we sure there's not a modifier
There
button
is.
you can hold to strafe?
There is. It's the C button.
It's the use button.
So you have to hold the use button and then use the D-pad to strafe, and it just does not work.
That's how the original version, that's how the PC version worked at the time.
Oh, that's how
You
it did?
hold a button. Yeah, you hold a button and you strafe left and right.
Oh, really? I thought they would have been better
Yes.
than that.
No, it's well, okay. So you could technically do mouse control at the time, but it was
It was not required
great.
or...
It
Yeah.
was not great. The way people played it was arrow key up moved you up, left and right turned, not strafed left and right. And you held down a modifier key to strafe left and right.
Oh. Huh. Well, then
It
I
wasn't
guess...
until, what was it, Quake 2 that they required a mouse and
Quake-
even
well, Quake,
figured it out?
well, Quake 1 had mouse aim, and you wanted to play Quake 1 with a mouse, but you
But it
could
wasn't a
technically-
requirement.
You could technically play it with a keyboard, yes. But like, Yeah, it was. It wasn't until Quake. I think it was. It might have been 3 even, but I'm pretty sure it's either Quake 2 or 3 where it said, "No, you're going to play this with a mouse, and that's how it's going to be. And if you don't like playing it with a mouse, I'm sorry."
Then I guess this is the most accurate console version until like the Xbox version.
Yep.
But I still enjoy the PS1 version better.
Yeah. So.
Oh,
this is
also,
the
there's no
version
music
that-
in it, which is a bummer.
I hear music.
Yeah, because I have YouTube open.
Oh. I mean, it has Aubrey Hodges stuff in it, doesn't it?
No, that's
No.
the PSX version.
That's PSX version.
I thought Aubrey Hodges did a soundtrack for this one.
No, there's no soundtrack. Like here, let me let me pause the YouTube video. So, without me adding in my own bullshit, here's what the game is.
But I thought Aubrey Hodges did a soundtrack before the PS1 version.
I don't recall. I think it was just the PS1 version that had the different soundtrack.
Oh. I mean, he did the PS1 and the N64 for sure.
Which I've always said this. Doom 64 is in its own category. It's a completely different game.
Yes, it is a different game.
I mean, yeah, it's its own game, yes, but it's definitely a Doom game.
No, I think that
Doom game.
no,
Doom
I think
ass.
that Doom 64 goes an extra step in like changing the formats and placement of enemies to such a degree to where it is different. And then also, like, the pace of that game is much slower than OG Doom.
Sure.
Oh, so arbitrary water. 5-minute warning.
All right. I am ready to go.
How much Doom have you played, Borgmaster?
I've beaten Doom and Doom 2 before.
Because I beat Doom 2 earlier this year. I think Doom 2 is a better game than Doom 1 by just a little bit.
The mazes are more complicated than
I
I would
think he
want.
is crazy for that. I think that Doom 2 is too hard.
Yeah, the mazes are too much.
I've said this on Ultraviolent. American McGee's chain gunner placement is a fucking offensive. It is an attack. It is genuinely a crime against humanity.
It's fine. It's not that bad.
No, it's terrible.
I literally had. To be clear, I played that game with GZ Doom with mouse look on.
Jeezy Doom. Jeezy Doom. Gotta get that G's.
Yeah, like that. I don't think you should play Doom 2 any other way unless you're like a hardcore Doom enthusiast.
I think hardcore Doom.
What about straight lace Doom?
You mean
All
straight
right,
edge
so,
Doom?
Borgmaster,
Straight edge
this is
Doom,
where we need to
yes.
have a talk
That's what
about why you need
Chocolate
to.
Doom is for.
You need to stay
what
as
PR
far
Doom
away
is for.
from brutal Doom as humanly possible.
Okay.
People who talk about that are bad people, and you need to just stay away.
Okay, sure.
Most people have their brutal Doom phase. But no, like I was gonna admit, yes.
It's
there
not a
is- there are
phase,
parts of-
Dad.
There are parts of Doom 2 that are definitely like overwrought, but I still think most of those levels and encounter designs are way more.
Remember
fun
how many
to
times
me.
that game just gives you invisible shit and it just sucks?
I mean, it gives you a lot of. It makes you fight a lot of specters, but they're not hard to see.
No, but the invisible enemies.
No, there's no. Other than specters, there's no invisible enemies.
Wait, but aren't there invisible pinky demons though?
Yeah, those are the
I
specters.
mean, they're not
Oh.
hard to see, though.
They're easy to see. They're easy to see.
Yeah.
They're in this game too, as well. By the way.
Oh yeah. Okay. I just like the mazes in the first one better.
Yeah,
that's
that's
me.
fine. But Doom 2 does some pretty cool stuff with like really big levels that Doom 1 just never even comes close to.
It also has an icon of sin.
Yeah.
A terrible boss
I
fight.
said, yeah, no, the icon of sin is awful. I will not defend the icon of sin.
Fuck.
The only good boss fight in the Doom games is the first Cyber Demon, and after that, there's not really. They're better used as.
It's been a
enemies.
weird problem for the franchise forever.
Doom 2016 had some good boss fights.
Oh, I thought you meant like final boss fight.
Oh. The Spider Mastermind in Doom 2016 wasn't bad. It's fine.
It's too easy is the problem, and then
Okay, look. If you're
and
gonna
then-
complain about boss fights, final boss fights that are too easy, you should look into every video game ever.
Ah, it's a pinky.
That-
Oh
that
god, he's
said-
so fast! Why is his pinky so
said-
fast? Jesus!
response that it took of like, oh, you guys
Ah,
thought it was
too
easy?
fast!
Let's talk about the Icon of Sin in Doom Eternal, which fucking sucks.
I mean, it's too long.
It's way too long. Even when you understand the pattern, it's just the same patterns way too many times.
They respawn the ammo for the sword a lot in that fight. And
There's
that is
ammo
key
for the
to making that
sword.
fight
What a
lot
bullshit
bearable.
video game. There's
What is
sword
this game?
ammo. Sword ammo.
Oh,
What?
and Doom Eternal? Listen, Doom Eternal is fantastic.
Alright,
but no,
I'm
like,
gonna-
that is the key to making that boss fight. really
I'm
easy.
I'm gonna raid if I find the end to this level.
It's at the end of this. If this is the same as the PC version, it's only outside this room,
Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
like to your right and
Yeah, here we are.
right there.
Alright, Phobos Lab finished. That's something to think about. Gives me something to think
Anyway.
about. Alright, raiding over to the Arbitrary Water. And his quest of dubiosity. Will he ever make it to the Clonk Tower? Probably not.
ZP, what is your opinion on Final Doom: The Plutonia Experiment?
You know,
Generally considered the most difficult Doom officially released Doom one.
so
Well, thank you everyone for
yeah,
watching.
It's
And next
that was
time
also a
that we're with the
GT
Jaguar.
interactive thing,
Shut the
if I
fuck up!
recall. What?
Next time we're with the Jaguar, we will enter the Dimension of Pain, also known as Bubsy. That is a threat.
Oh fuck.
That's a threat.
It's
Goodbye.
not Bubsy
Um,
3D, so it's whatever.
Like the fact